So you want to know what to expect during your roof replacement. We're going to break that down for you in some major points and get right into that. First, it's going to be messy. It's going to be loud. There is a possibility for interior damage, but don't worry, because us or any reputable company in the area is gonna know exactly what to do to prevent you from these things from happening. So first, it's gonna be messy. You gotta think, there's thousands of pounds of debris and material that have to come off of your roof and onto the ground in order to get it to a state to where you can put the new material back on. So that's all of your shingles are coming down, all of the components, the flashings, the vents, all of the felt, any ice and water shield. I know all of these things, you may not have any idea what they are, but they're all stuff that is on your roof that has to come off. And so all of this is at one point gonna be spread across your yard around your house before it's picked up and ultimately disposed of. It's gonna be really loud. All of that is not easy work. You know, there's gonna be shovels that have to dig this off of your roof. There's gonna be nail guns going off. There's gonna be air compressors. There's gonna be, people yelling across the yard asking for help or asking for different things. There's gonna be trucks and vehicles. There's all sorts of things that are gonna be going on that are gonna create a really loud environment. Next is interior damage. This isn't a guarantee, but it is a possibility. So on the interior of your home, there is a possibility for nail pops in the drywall or fasteners popping out of place. So what happens is you have your roof, and when you take thousands of pounds of material off of your roof, that structure expands. It no longer has all that weight holding it down, so then it expands a little bit. With that expansion, the drywall and everything inside moves just a little bit. And then you put all that material back on and it compresses again. And there, all of that material moves again. And again, this is not a guarantee, but it is a possibility that in that expansion and contraction, in that movement, you get some interior drywall pops, you get little cracks in corners, things like that, where maybe there wasn't enough drywall mud to really cover that up. That's something that can happen, and that doesn't necessarily mean that the contractor that's out at your property did anything wrong. There's nothing that they can really do about that. It's on the interior of your home. More than likely, they didn't install or do any of that work. They can do their job 100% correctly, and that still happen. But it's something that you should be aware of, just because if it does, you already know that it's a possibility and you're already, prepared. Lastly, us or any reputable company in the area is gonna let you know of these things and is gonna really have things and people in place to make sure that all of these things don't really impact you, your property, or your life. They're gonna protect your landscaping. They're gonna protect your vehicles. They're going to clean up afterwards. They're gonna do nail sweeps, all of these things to ensure that even though your property may look like a disaster for 2 to 3 days, at the end, it's perfectly clean and you're super satisfied with the end result.